Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. This is IFMA's presentation, 5 things to know before picking your FM training provider. So this is going to be about questions to ask yourself before investing in any sort of facility management training. So, my name is Lauren Kruger. I am the Director of Sales Operations for IFMA. I have been with IFMA for 10 years now. In July, it'll be 10 years, I believe. So, I have started out in the membership department and am now in the professional development sales department. So if at any point during this presentation you have some questions about membership or upcoming events with IFMA, I'm happy to answer those questions as well, not just about the training. So if you have any questions at all, please let me know. I am located in Stavanger, Norway, which is why I'm able to bring this presentation to you, hopefully at a time that is convenient from you or for you. I'd love to know where else you are joining from. So we just had someone say that they are joining from Algeria. Hello, thank you for joining us today. Typically, we get people join from all over the world, and I like to see where everyone is joining in from. So please put in the chat if you're joining us on LinkedIn, where you are popping in from, and maybe just if you have any questions or any questions about the credentials or expectations about this presentation at all, please let me know. I can answer those questions as we go, and then there'll be some time at the end as well. So someone just joined from Pakistan. Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And Lebanon, thank you for joining us as well. Sudan, hi. So, and I also want to mention quickly IFMA's regional representatives. So, Lara Payman is our managing director for IFMA EMEA, that's Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Mahender Singh is our director for IFMA India. We do have, I believe, 3 chapters in India. So, we'll talk a little bit more about what those are. And then CC Dai is our managing director for IFMA China. And there are about 3 chapters in China as well. Since it is a large country, we have chapters in different parts of the country to help bring together members from those different parts of the country. So these 3 IFMA representatives in the regions are also wonderful contacts for you if you have any questions about chapters or forming a chapter. These individuals are going to be there to help support you as well as training locally within the region. We have someone joining from California. Okay, hi. I think it's pretty late in California, so thank you for joining us. So we do have other presentations later in the day if you want to get some sleep. We do have one that is at 11 a.m. Central Time. So, but we're happy you're joining mine as well. So thank you, everyone. All right, so a little bit about IFMA first. IFMA, our vision is to lead the future of the built environment to make the world a better place. We have been around for over 40 years, so we are the leading industry expert in the market. We have over 100, or we have 139 chapters with over 22,000 members. So you heard me mention chapters. These are going to be physical representations of IFMA around the world. So IFMA headquarters is based out of Houston, Texas in the United States of America. And then we have 139 chapters globally. So we have chapters in Europe, we have chapters in India, China, Africa. Someone just joined from Nigeria. We have 2 chapters in Nigeria, a chapter in Ghana. So these are ways for you to connect and network with other professional facility managers in your local city or country. So these are a great way to get involved, to meet other individuals. It's a great way to meet individuals who provide products and services to professional facility managers. So if you have a question about what vendor might be able to help you, then that's a great way to network with those members as well. Our mission is to advance our collective knowledge, value, and growth for facility management professionals to perform at the highest level. And excuse me, I'm just getting over a cough. I've been sick, and so I've had this cough lingering with me for a few weeks now. So if you hear me say just one moment, I'm going to pause and try and cough so it's not in anybody's ear. So I apologize for that. All right. So, what are the top challenges facing facility managers in 2023? This was done from a recent survey that IFMA conducted in 2022 about what are the top challenges that FMs expect to face and try to solve in 2023. So you can see that return to work or hybrid work is top of mind for everyone. Next is going to be labor shortages, budgets and costs, recruitment, and then education and development. Now, why these may seem independent challenges that might need to be addressed. But if you actually take a look at these are very interconnected. So yes, you want, return to work and hybrid work may be top of mind for you, but how do you do that? Is there resources that you can go to? Is there certain training that you can look at to effectively implement a return to work, hybrid work environment for your employees? So that is obviously connected with education and development. And that is going to be a direct result of budgets and costs that you have with, for your organization. And then taking a look at the labor shortage. Do you have a succession plan for your organization? Are you looking to fill other positions? All of this is going to be intertwined together. So while these may at the surface seem independent issues, these are very interconnected. So we're going to talk a little bit today about the education and development piece of these, because this is, going to drive, as I mentioned, it's a great recruitment tool if you're an organization that invests in your employees. And this is going to be the education that's going to help you face some of the challenges that you're having in your organization, such as return to work and hybrid work. So, the first thing to look at when you are considering finding a training program is going to be what is the flexibility and the accessibility of that training program. So there are many organizations out there that offer training, that offer credentials. So when you are reviewing what is the best fit for you, for your career, then these are things to consider. Flexibility and accessibility. Do you have 24/7 online access to the program that you're looking at? What is the ease of accessibility? How long do you have to access the materials? What languages are available in those programs? And then what is the frequency and schedule that you have for these programs? So there are some programs that are only available twice a year. They only run courses, once a quarter. So it's important to understand, what is the frequency and the schedule of the programs or courses that you are looking at? And what is the length of time that it takes to complete the course? Are you looking for something to complete within the next 6 months? Or if it's a credential, are you hoping to complete it within the year? So these are all good questions to ask initially when you're looking at training programs, as well as the learning formats. So how do you learn best? Do you want something that is strictly all online? Do you want something that provides optional materials, printed materials for you to review? Do you need a classroom course, or are you okay with a virtual instructor led course? So, looking at how the programs are actually delivered is going to be important as well. If something is all online, what happens if you aren't understanding some of the concepts and topics and need help? Do they have classroom courses? Can you join a classroom course? Can you talk with an instructor virtually? So these are all things to consider as well. And then training support. So you may have decided on a training program or credentialing program and you purchased it. And now what? Are there study guides to help you? Are there supplemental training and resources for you? Does the organization provide a forum for you to talk with other individuals going through the program? Does this organization have a feedback loop? So as you're going through the program, you may find something that it is maybe an error, or maybe you want to provide feedback on the training program. Does the organization provide a method for you to do this? So does your feedback loop back into the organization where they take it into consideration and make changes to their program based on the feedback that they're getting from the students taking those programs? So and then extensions. If, life happens, and we understand facility managers are very in demand, are basically on call all the time. So you may not have the ability to complete the program in the time that is allotted to you. Does the organization offer extensions for you? Or will you have to just simply repurchase the program? So, this is all items and questions to ask yourself and consider as well when you are looking at a tr- training or credentialing course presentation back online. Okay, sorry about that. I think our connection dropped, so hopefully everyone is still with me. Um, So, the fourth point in this presentation is benefits and proof. So, when you're looking at a training or credentialing program, does that organization have any existing research showing what the ROI is of their training? What will you get out of the training? Do they provide testimonials and feedbacks and surveys about the program so that you can, feedback from other individuals going through the program is so important. I know whenever I'm making any purchase decision now, I'm looking at the reviews of the product that I'm purchasing to make sure that I'm getting what I want. So IFMA offers many feedbacks and testimonials on their training programs as well. So having that feedback and those reviews is important. And that can come in handy with the local chapters as well. Are there other individuals in your chapter that have taken these credentialing courses? Can you talk with those individuals about them? So this is something else that's very important as well. And then, do you earn a credential from these training programs? Is it accredited? And we'll talk a little bit more about what accreditation is in the next slide. Does the organization provide digital badging stating the training that you've completed? Do they provide a registry for you so that any employer or any colleague can look through that registry to verify that you do indeed have that credential from the organization? So, again, very important, this fourth point, benefits and proof, to make sure that you are finding the best program for you, the best fit for you. Credibility, quality, and recognition. This is where accreditation comes into play. So, accreditation speaks to the quality of the provider's standards, courses, and processes. So, such as IFMA's credentialing programs, and we'll talk a little bit more about IFMA's in the next few slides, but IFMA's programs are ANSI ANAB accredited. So, what does accreditation means? It means that third party, someone outside of the organization, a third party has gone into that organization's standards, courses, processes. They've reviewed every staff member that is involved with the training and credentialing. They've reviewed subject matter experts that are involved. They've reviewed the job task analysis, the psychometricians that created the exam and the training courses, so that everything meets a level of standard and quality needed to state, yes, this program is an approved certificate program or is an approved certification program. So having that third party put that stamp of approval on the organization that created the training and credentialing program says that it just gives you an added level of comfort from the credential that you receive. And then it's also important to know, did the organization itself create original content, or are they partnering with another organization for courses? What's the reputation of that organization in the market? Have they been around for a while, or are they relatively new? Do they factor in international standards into their courses? And then how many people have completed the program? Is it, 50 people that have this program? And then you have to wonder, what's the demand? Or, is it multiple people, thousands of people around the world have achieved this credential because they see the value in it? Are there the job description that you're potentially looking at? Does it require facility management credentials? So this is all things to look at and consider if you are trying to choose the right credentialing and training program for yourself. So why choose IFMA training? We kind of talked about 5 key things to look at whenever you are reviewing training and credentialing programs. So why does IFMA meet each one of these 5 points that we've talked about? We listen to you. So we provide that feedback loop on our training and credentialing programs. We also conduct a job task analysis that defines the role of facility management. So from this, we have subject matter experts that have combed through the feedback that we receive globally from practicing facility managers. And from that, it's defined 11 competencies of facility management. So this is all of these processes have met the level needed to have these programs be accredited. We use cutting edge technology and methodology with our training and credentialing programs. We provide those digital badges. You might have seen some of your colleagues claim the digital badges on LinkedIn. We have consistent learning material updates. So again, from that feedback, from that job task analysis, we are using that to constantly update our training and education programs. From feedback that we may have received from individuals that say, this final assessment on the leadership and strategy module was extremely hard. That might indicate to us that we need to go back and look through those questions to say, do we need to look at how we phrase these questions. So all of that feedback goes into our updates of our programs. And we do provide flexible learning options. Everything you need to complete these programs are online, but we also offer classroom courses if you learn better in a classroom. We also have virtual courses. We provide study guides to help you go through these programs, as well as an online forum so that you can talk with others who have gone through the program. Maybe you need to find a study partner that can just help hold you accountable to that study guide. That is all available through IFMA and what we provide as support for you for going through these programs. We don't want to just sell you a credential or training program and be done with it. We want to make sure that you're successful. We want you to achieve that credential, to hopefully achieve that potential promotion that you might have been looking at. So it is very important to IFMA that you actually complete these programs. So we provide a lot of resources and help to make sure that you do reach the end of that program. So you've heard me talk a little bit about IFMA's training and credentialing. So what you see on the screen are our training and credentialing programs. We're going to start here at the beginner level, which is our essentials of facility management program. This is not a credential, this is a training program. It's 10 modules, and this is really for those who are new to facility management or have been in a facility management adjacent role. So maybe you work with facility managers and are to y'all. I don't know what is going on with the Wi-Fi today. I've never had issues before, so I apologize. So if you did not hear me, the essentials is those who are new to facility management or in a facility management adjacent role. And this program is going to help you gain a high level understanding of what the role of a facility manager is. What are those tasks, responsibilities? What are the key terminology that you need to know? And then it goes into, the management side of facility management. What are some of the supervisory roles that you will need to learn in order to be a facility manager? So this is an excellent starter program to introduce someone to the world of facility management. I know IFMA makes it a requirement for all incoming employees that they do go through this program. So that's how much we believe and how important it is to be aware and introduced to the role of a facility manager and facility management. Now you'll see skill level. So we're F facility management professional. This is going to be for individuals gain knowledge of standards and best practices. So you heard me mention that IFMA has 11 core competencies of facility management. The FMP is going to cover the foundational 4 competencies. So that's going to be leadership and strategy, project management, operations and maintenance, and finance and business. So of the 11, those 4 competencies are foundational for any professional facility manager. Every facility manager should be competent in those 4 foundational competencies. And the FMP program is made up of those 4. So typically, we like to say that you should have at least a year of experience before pursuing the FMP, just because you need to have some experience and knowledge of each of those areas. But the FMP is going to provide training in those 4 areas so that when you achieve that credential, you are a skilled professional. And then the next step is going to be proficiency. So the FMP covers the first 4 foundational competencies, and then IFMA also offers core competency courses in the other 7. So these are going to be for facility professionals who want to round out their skills across the entire FM body of knowledge. This is going to complete your understanding of all 11 core competencies of FM. So you can pick and choose which ones you like the best. And the same with the FMP. So maybe you don't want the FMP credential, but you want to take the leadership and strategy course. You can absolutely do that. Each one of IFMA's 11 core competency courses is available for you to take individually. So you can choose just leadership and strategy. If you choose to take all 4 of those foundational courses and you submit your application to apply for the FMP, that is when you achieve that credential. But your goal may not be the credential for whatever reason, but you want the training in those foundational competencies, you can do that as well. And then we have our authority, which is our SFP, our Sustainability Facility Professional. This is for those FMs who want a strong foundation or who have a strong foundation in FM knowledge and want to pursue, additional training and knowledge in sustainable practices. So we do like to say that you should have, at least a year of experience within FM, probably more. You should have knowledge in the four foundational competencies because the SFP builds on those four foundational competencies. So the SFP is going to be heavily weighted on, sustainable practices and operations within operations and maintenance. But we've also just recently updated this credential so that it includes current topics of, circular economy and SDGs and ESGs. So this is going to be very relevant for today. We've done a couple of webinars in the past couple months about the importance of the SFP. So if you are looking to take that next step in your career and wonder what's next to stay ahead of the game, the SFP is absolutely where you need to look. We are finding more and more people are finding value. The world and the state of the world that it's in today, the SFP is more relevant now than ever before. And then you're going to see our master level for our CFM. This is our Certified Facility Manager. This is a certification. This is for experienced professionals who meet eligibility requirements. You do have to have 5 years experience in the majority of the 11 competencies before you can be eligible to apply. So you need at least 5 years of experience. And this certification demonstrates your mastery of all 11 competencies. This is a computer-based exam. You do have to go to a testing center to take the CFM exam. And once you pass, you have that CFM certification that says you have mastered all 11 competencies, and this is the pinnacle credential that IFMA offers. That's your credential that you want. So identifying what might be the best path for you within IFMA. IFMA does offer a career compass. It's a quick, easy way to determine where to start looking at what is the right journey for you. So very quick survey, 2 minutes. It factors in your experience and education, and from that says what credential might be the best place for you to start. That doesn't necessarily mean that's where you should start, but it's an indication of where you should look first. Obviously, you know your experience level better. So if you want to talk with anyone about your experience, what credential might be the best one for you, IFMA has a full support team that is ready to talk about it with you. You can contact us at any time, and we're happy to walk you through the different credentials, your background, and what might be the best path for you. You heard me mention that IFMA provides classroom and virtual training options. We are able to partner with what we call our education training affiliates globally. These are organizations around the world that IFMA has vetted and approved to conduct IFMA's training and credentialing courses. So it is very important to make sure that if you are looking at a training provider near you, so say you are in Dubai, UAE, and you're looking to see, is there a partner of IFMA nearby that you can take a course from? Please verify that they are an IFMA education training affiliate. There are many organizations out there that say they do IFMA training. However, if they are not an approved provider from IFMA, I cannot guarantee you what material you are getting. I can't guarantee you who's teaching you the material. I don't know anything about that organization. What's their process? How do they conduct and handle themselves? So it's extremely important to make sure that if you are looking at a training provider, that they are an IFMA approved training provider, because then I can guarantee you that you're being taught by an IFMA qualified instructor, that you're receiving the correct IFMA materials, and that it is a vetted organization by IFMA, and that your experience will be the same if you were to take this course in Dubai as it would be if you were to take the course in Houston, Texas. So please verify. You can see our website here that lists our approved training providers, or simply email and ask us if you have a question. So thank you all for joining me today. You can take advantage of some special savings that you see on the screen. You can use FM Training 50 to receive $50 off any one of those core competencies outside of the ones that make up the FMP. So those 7 additional competency courses, you can receive $50 off of it, or the essentials of FM. And then you can use FM Training 100 to get $100 off either the FMP bundle, the SFP program, or we do provide a 7 core competency course bundle as well, if you are wanting to get training in the other 7 to round out your knowledge in the 11 competencies. These discounts are valid through the end of February, so you have some time to make a decision, or if you need to contact us to ask questions, please do. I am having another presentation here at 11 o'clock Central European time. So if you would like your supervisor to view this, please invite them to that presentation as well. There is no discount for the CFM application fee. Excuse me, hold on one second. Someone asked if there is any discount for the CFM application fee. We do not provide any discount on that application fee now. However, if you submit the application fee and say you fail your first attempt at the CFM exam, we do offer a free retake of the CFM exam. So if you are someone who is deciding on whether or not you want to sit for that CFM exam, hopefully this gives you a little confidence boost to just go ahead, submit your application, sit for the exam. If you fail the first time, you can take a free retake of that CFM exam. But the discounts are for the FMP, SFP, and those core competency courses. But of course, if you are also wanting to prepare to sit for that CFM certification, that CFM exam, any one of those core competency courses will help you prepare for that CFM exam, because the CFM exam is going to test your knowledge on all 11 competencies. So any one of IFMA's courses can help you prepare. So if you have 14 years of FM experience, it is likely that, yes, you are eligible for that CFM exam. So you can go to IFMA's website. We have a CFM website that will direct you to submitting your application. Go ahead and start filling out that application. You can always fill out the application, submit it without paying the fee. And if you contact IFMA to say, I submitted my CFM application, I want to verify if I will be approved before I submit the fee, we can have our credentialing team review your application and say, yes, you will be approved, submit the fee, or no, it does not seem like you have the correct eligibility requirements, your application would be denied. So that's a quick way to try and understand if your application will be approved or denied before submitting the fee. But you have to make sure you contact IFMA to tell us you want us to review it. So, someone asked, is there a scholarship and how can one access it? So, um, IFMA has it's a branch called the IFMA Foundation, which is all about developing FM as a career of choice. They do offer some scholarships to individuals for the programs. I can send you some information about that directly in the chat after this presentation. But right now, IFMA itself does not offer any scholarships for these programs. Someone asked, is there a mock CFM exam? Yes. So I know I mentioned mostly our credentialing and core competency training courses on this presentation, but IFMA also offers a number of other online learning courses. And these are all on IFMA's course catalog on fm.training. And we do offer a CFM practice exam. And that practice exam is more to give you practice with a computer based exam, as well as to get you practice on the types of questions that are asked. So it gives you a sense of the methodology behind the exam. Just because you do well on the CFM practice exam does not mean you will do well on the CFM exam, but it is good practice for a computer-based exam and to see the types of questions that are asked. So if you fail the CFM the first time, you can retake that CFM exam. I believe you have a year to retake that CFM exam. So it's still a good amount of time for you to prepare before sitting for that exam again, but that free retake is available. Someone asked the fee for the CFM exam. The fee for the CFM exam for non-members, so if you are not a member of IFMA, it is $815 US. If you are a member of IFMA, it is $550 US. So membership to IFMA is $227 US. So you can see that might be a good investment for you to consider joining IFMA if you are purchasing any of these training programs or applying for the CFM exam, because it does give you a steep discount on these programs. You do not have to be a member of IFMA to take any of the training or to sit for the CFM exam. And I will go through at the end of this presentation and write responses to all the questions that were asked in LinkedIn as well. So you have physical written answers to your questions. I think that was all of the questions I got. So I will give you back some time today. Thank you all for joining me. It was a pleasure speaking with you. I do have another presentation at 11 a.m. Central Time, so if you feel like watching me again, you can. Or if you have a colleague or a supervisor that you would like to see this presentation, you can join at 11 a.m. Central Time, Central European Time, as well. And I will give this presentation again. So thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day.